Okay, so welcome again, and we are looking at another part of the previous one, svcnost as a virus. That's what we are looking at. Then it also creates anharic files batch file. So it always creates this file on your computer. A batch file looks something like this. Let me create you one and I name it, let me say CA. So let me just double click on it, file, save as ca.bat. Tap. So it's already something that looks like this. If you've met it sometime, you know somewhere. Let me view, then let's say large, it looks like this. So it always creates that one, but the one it creates already is named like anharic files. So that is another problem that thing comes with. It creates those files also, and the moment you click on them, you are falling under a trap. So you be more keen on it. Okay, so we now need to look at the prevention. How do we prevent this problem? How do we prevent this problem? So one thing you need to do, you need to delete on access. We are deleting the .exe and then the .bat files. .exe and the .bat files. So the moment you put in your flash disk, let me assume this is your computer and one of these partitions is your flash disk. Let's assume it may be F or whatever. So here, these are just normal partitions. This is drive D, hard disk partition, and this is C. Then this is a CD-ROM. So the moment you put in your flash disk, just open the flash disk. Don't click on anything. Then come to the search bar and then start searching. You can type in .exe. So the moment you type in .exe, all the executable files will be displayed. Let me show you an example here. Let me come here and I type in .exe. So the moment I type in .exe, they are all, they all show up. So what do? I drag here, highlight, then don't do anything. Just go straight to your keyboard. And then press delete. You don't do anything. Don't double click. Don't right click and maybe, or you can right click and say delete, but what you need to do is always to say delete. You see here, you just click there or you say delete and they all go away. They're still there. Okay, let me refresh, highlight, then delete. Okay, so they have gone away. So that's what you usually do, but those are my files and I need them. I'll do Ctrl+Z and then they come back. Those are my files and I need them. So that's what you need to do always, and then you remove the virus. Then the other one is also .bat. You can also type in .bat and then delete. So once you do that, then chances are minimum of you getting infected by viruses. Then after, you can normally start now opening your files and folders because you will have removed the problems. But you must also take note of this. Once you do .exe, not all .exe files are viruses. Some files are, softwares, because this is a file extension even for normal files. So you make sure that you only delete those problems or that you never put. But if you are infected, I advise you to remove each and everything. And most especially if it is in an open space, if it is not zipped or if it is not under an image file, remove everything, because once you get a virus or once you get infected by a malware, then chances are that even all or any other executable file is going to be infected. So even the normal ones will be getting problems. So you need to delete them. So that's how you can say, first of all, prevent yourself from getting that problem or that virus. Then two, let us do what we call the Resident Evil encapsulation technique. So let me see here. we said it's a resident evil encapsulation technique. So let's look at, okay, sefera is here, then let's look at here, okay, evil residence encapsulation technique. So here, what do? We create a problem, or we create on these partitions, we create a folder that looks like that a virus creates. For example, I created sefera here. Let me try and open this folder here. So when I try to open it, it's telling me you don't currently have permission to access this folder, which means this folder is locked, and not even me, the creator, can open it. So that's what I usually do. I know this virus is a guest on the way, so anytime this virus can enter into my computer. So what do? I come here and then I right click and I say new. Then I can say I'm creating virus. Okay, let me just put a double S. That. So now this virus is always hiding here or sitting here. So what do? We create that folder immediately after installing a clean copy of your Windows or operating system. Then right click on it, you say properties, then come to say, you can hide it first of all, but I don't want to hide it because I want us to see the results, but you can hide after. So security, then I say edit, then I say add, and I will say ev check names. Okay, then I click the first box here to deny everyone. So everyone is denying everyone permissions to this folder. Then apply, yes, and then okay, let me open this guy. I cannot open this guy. So even when a virus comes to, or it tries to come to my computer, it always goes on creating these folders and some proxies. So once it finds when its space is already taken, it will not enter into your computer. Let me try and drag something into this. You see, you need permission to perform this action, which means if this is a virus and it wants to get inside here, it won't get inside it there. So do this to all your partitions, and what you're creating are two folders, sefera and then system volume information, but the system volume information with an underscore, not the normal one. So create on all partitions, lock those folders, and trust me, it will be a myth. So it will be very hard for it to enter into your computer. But then also put it into consideration that this is a one type of a virus that only creates those two folders or one folder. But then some viruses keep on creating different folders. Like for example, if it finds this, it can create another one, or it comes under a different name. So it keeps on incrementing, I mean changing the names. It's kind of like some are more intelligent, that when they find when a virus is there, they can create a virus but add a 2, or they can create the same folder name but add a 3, and so on. So this specific type of a virus is what we're looking at. Oh, this specific type of a malware, svcnost, is the one that creates these two folders, and at least for that I know, once those two folders have been put on those partitions, then the chances are that you're not going to be infected by that problem. So that's what we said. It's an evil residence encapsulation technique. Then also the other one is an evil dummy guard. So what do I do also? You can as well create a problem. Let me say the virus itself is called svcnost. So let me just type svcnost here as my svcnost. Okay, then I'm saving it as an executable file. Save as svcnost.exe. So I save. So I'm putting a dummy guard. I'm putting another file which is a dummy, but in the name of an executable file or a virus. But this one is okay. And when I click on it, this one is just 0 bytes. So it's an empty file. It has nothing in it. Right click on it, then also lock it, properties, and then say security, edit. Then you add ev check names. Okay, then deny everyone accessibility to that file, then okay. So the moment I click on it, not even me can open it. You see, I cannot even delete it. I want to delete it, delete, I cannot even delete it. So when a virus comes, it will find this guy. So this guy is already existing, and this guy is under its name. So it's like someone coming and stealing your identity. You're going somewhere, going to the bank, you're going to book a flight, and someone comes and takes your ID and your image. So once you go, when that someone has gone in first there, like some conmen usually do, then you will be the one who is null and void. So for him, will be like the rightful owner of that identity. So we are trying to steal the identity from the virus and giving it to our created dummy file, the dummy guard technique, or we said it's an evil dummy guard technique. So we are creating another file that looks more so like it, and then when that problem tries to come into your computer, it will not catch you. So that's how we can fight the svcnost and the explorer virus. And so when you're creating this here, when you're creating this problem like svcnost, make sure you're going to create this path also. Make sure you're going to create this path. Where is sefera? Here. Make sure that that file is going to sit where this one is sitting. So you will create sefera. Inside sefera, put another folder called jnt. Inside jnt, put another folder called sonage. Inside sonage, put another folder called svcnost.exe. But me, I always create one, the parent folder, and that's sefera. So once I create sefera, I know these ones cannot get inside it, so I lock it, and that's how easily I fight off the virus sometimes. But more so, it's advisable, if you cannot do this, buy an antivirus that is licensed, install it on your computer, then you're safer. So this can only be done by people who have the technical knowledge of how you can fight this problem, so how these problems behave. Thank you.